It is 10:30 p.m. in the middle of the West Virginia woods, downpouring, and we are underneath a makeshift tarp. We're lost in the woods.
Yeah, dude, things change really fast.
We are fucked.
Yo, YouTube, what is up, baby? We're back. Me and Sam are back. We're on an adventure. It might be crazy.
Yeah, we're here in Dolly Sods, just along West Virginia border.
Canaan Valley.
Yeah, the last few retreats, we went out during the day, and then at the end of the night, we came back to the comfort of a hotel room. We're not doing that today. Today, we're in the forest. It's starting to drizzle a little bit. Yep. Who knows what's gonna happen? There's bears apparently, and I'm too much of a bitch to carry my gun on me. It hurts too much. So if the bear comes at us quick, we're screwed. We'll figure that out.
We got a tent and some snacks and cameras.
So we're good to go. But we'll come back when something interesting is happening. We're out here. It's been raining.
Pretty good.
Like 10-15 minutes. Just like a heavy drizzle. We were expecting lightning and thunder, so this is a little bit better. But like,
I think we're like in a cloud.
Look at that shit.
Probably.
Isn't that gorgeous? This is the trail. We are not equipped.
No, boots are already soaked.
But fuck it.
Turned into a
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
No way but through.
Dude, we found this lake pond thingy. It's really nice out here.
Yeah, this is like insanely gorgeous. We
got lost for a minute.
Yeah, we came down that path over there. We went this way for a while because there's like a little bit of a beaten path, but it just ended and we had to like go, like all this is super marshy, but this water is like all like, it's like Coke, or I don't know if it's polluted or if there's like some pollen or something.
Yeah, it looks so gross.
I don't know what it is, but
like ear infections. I
mean the primal people, like the raw meat people would be all over this.
That's probably what's wrong with Liver King.
Yeah, he drank pollution and was like, no, it's bacteria, it's good for you.
Yeah, the silverluage. Guys, the probability of starting a fire is a lot lower.
Is what we would say if we were losers.
But it's up because we're not.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a fire starting brick that might get us going, but keeping us going is going to be a challenge.
We found our way. Luckily, we were on the right path. Found this little campsite.
This little old campsite. Whoever had it last did pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty dry. So we grabbed some of the coals from the fire, put those in a plastic bag, got some wood, chopped it up, put it in a plastic bag. Luckily the inside's dry, so we can shave that down and start a fire with that, as long as it doesn't rain. Honestly, things are looking better than I thought they would be.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna rain again, and if it does, it's gonna be pretty light. This shit is crazy.
Dude.
Look at this. I mean,
bear country now.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, this is off the beaten path. Like, you can't even see where we came from.
Yeah, dude. The trail we just came through was basically walking through the creek.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Sam stepped through the mud.
Yeah, we've got to get that fire.
I know. I want the fire back.
Let's keep going. Man, this is something special.
Dude, this is where you don't find Epstein. He's away from here.
Yeah, no Epstein out here, man.
Just quietness.
I want to give a big shout out to Bruno.
W, bro.
We were going to go to Otter Creek, which is about half an hour west of here. That was just something I found while searching. And from what I found online, the paths are not nearly as well kept up. It's like a creek. You're walking along a creek the whole way. And this is wet and not kept up as it is at Dolly Sods, where Bruno recommended. And so I can't imagine what Otter Creek would have been like. We found some good firewood. Probably wouldn't have been able to do that. And this is just gorgeous, man. So big shout out to Bruno.
Shout out Bruno.
He's got the scoops. He gave me the weather report.
W Insider Scoop. That's how we live.
Yeah. Yeah. This is amazing. Got to the spot, what, about half an hour ago?
Yeah, probably half an hour.
Got this river over here near us. It's a big little area.
Nice and flat.
The wood we chopped up, we got a little bit wet. We got some holes in the bag, but I shredded it down a little bit more. And now we got this little guy going.
We're trying to dry some out. Everything's so cute.
As with all things in life, encouragement helps a lot.
Hell yeah.
It's hard to see, but there is a fire and it is promising. The wood is drying out, but it's been a battle. All this wood is soaking wet.
Once we get it dry, it'll be a big ass fire.
Yeah. We got steak going.
Then musty.
Yeah.
Musty.
We got the ice packs. It did too good a job. They're still pretty frozen. I was low-key hopeless for a little bit. I was scared, but we got it going, and even like the rain picked up a little bit. It's like very slightly sprinkling.
That shit's sizzling.
But we got the steaks going. I'm real happy right now. Yeah, we were scared, but this little hatchet has been doing me good. We're gonna get this shit seared up. It's not gonna be the best steak, but you know, it's like people of the past. You judge them for when they were born, for their environment. You don't judge them by our today's standards.
No.
And you can't judge this steak by a kitchen standard. We're not gonna have plates. No. We don't have controlled fire.
You hear that though?
But that's cooking.
That is the key right there.
Yeah, that's the fat sizzling.
That's the plot, is the key. I mean, the sizzle.
Yes, yes. All right, this fire is constant, man. I mean, we're trying to get this oak burning, but it is soaked all the way through. And the pine, once we get it dry, it burns easily, but it burns so fast that it's just, we have to baby it constantly. But the steak's good. What do you think of the steak, Nate?
Steak was good. We were out here, did what we could.
Ain't that the truth?
Hey man, I'd go to a restaurant for it.
This is what we're working with. Socks and boots on the fire.
Dude.
It's staying alive. We got some hot coals in there. We're getting what we need from her. Our shit is soaked. Everything. Everything.
The boots, we've had them for like 30 minutes. They're still...
Yeah.
They're steaming, so it's doing something.
There's just a lot in there. You can't get it too close, otherwise it'll burn them. It was raining for a second there, so we were worried. We got our stuff in the tent.
We were a little behind, but we're packed up. We're good.
Yeah. I should have brought a deck of cards or something so we can like do something in the tent, but I guess we'll just have to like talk or like touch each other. I'm not totally sure.
One of those two.
Yeah. So we're in the tent, and this shit is not waterproof.
Nope. False advertising, bro.
Wherever the seams are on this tent, the water can drip in. And it seems like it's picking up. He's putting a poncho on, and you know, that might do some good. It's like 8 p.m., so I don't think we're going to fall asleep, and certainly not if we're getting dripped on. I don't know what the next few hours have in store for us. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little worried, but, you know, we'll see. Guys, this is fucking bad.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to front. It started raining when we got in the tent, and so we got in the tent, killed the fire. It was pretty bad for a while. Nate did his best to waterproof it, but it's not good. There's water.
It's still dripping in.
Yeah. It's 9 p.m.
The sun is... Look, turn the light off, bro. You can still see us. That's how bright it is.
Okay.
Maybe not.
It was raining really heavy for a while. It's died down a little bit. If it's like this all night, do we wait it out, or it's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, hike back to the car? Do we just get in our cars and sleep? But it's really dark outside. I really don't want to hike back to our cars. You seem like you want to do that.
I would if it keeps flooding in here. I mean, but I mean, I don't care.
It's just a bad situation. But I say wait it out. The rain's not as bad as it was. I would say this is worst case scenario. We'll update you when we make a decision. Over and out. Here's what we've decided. It's 9:30. The rain doesn't seem to be letting up, and it's getting, you know, only worse in here. And so we would be sitting here for around 7 to 8 hours. And then there's also the question of our cars.
We don't have like a parking pass, apparently.
The walk back is going to be, I think, like 2 hours, if I had to guess. We have lights. I have a light, you have a light, we have a lantern. So we have 3 lights. And we get back to our cars, we can dry off, and then we can get up early tomorrow. The benefit of this is that we don't sit here for multiple hours and get 0 sleep. We get dry sleep. We can dry off our gear in the car, and we don't risk our cars getting towed or ticketed. The only risk is obviously getting lost. I know where we are, I know where we need to go, and with lights, I don't think we're gonna miss any signs. For anybody who has any experience camping, they could have seen this a mile away.
Don't leave the tent.
Do not leave the fucking tent in the middle of the night while it's raining. We got lost 3 minutes in?
Probably 2.
2?
We lost our directions. It's not even kidding. All you can see is the flashlight. So you
Yeah.
don't know where we are.
Yeah,
And
and the trail is like really bad.
The tent's fucked up.
Yeah, we destroyed the tent. We're using one part of the tent because we destroyed the tent. We, in a frantic desire to leave as fast as possible, we cut very integral parts of the tent. And so we got lost within a few minutes, and we're like, okay, we just got to calm down. We're going to find a somewhat high point, set up the top of this tent, So it diverts water away from us, and then just sit down, calm down, get the heart rate down, try to stay warm. We have a number of hours of this.
Yeah, it's actually awful. The situation we are in right now is terrible.
Yeah, it was bad, and now it's fucked.
We're in the middle of West Virginia woods under a little tarp.
Yeah, it's downpouring. Bruno, I know you're watching this, and I know you're thinking you guys are fucking retards. You never leave the tent when it's raining. Yeah. Experience is the best teacher, and luckily we're not going to die.
I don't think we'll die.
We're not going to die. All right, we're rolling. So the last thing that we filmed and that you saw was the aftermath of us taking down the tent. After we finished up with the fire and this tent was set up, it began to start raining a little bit. So we got in the tent. It began to rain more and more, and there was a big puddle outside, and we were starting to get water pouring into the tent slowly but surely. And so we knew that eventually it would be very wet in the tent. And so we had a decision to make. Do we just deal with that? That was my, just like default idea, is just deal with this. It's better than any alternative. Like, we don't have a better option. Now, Nate had the idea, and I want on the record that this was Nate's idea. I went along with it eventually, but it was his idea, that while it is downpouring in the middle of the night, that we would walk back to the cars along a trail that we had not yet explored. And after much deliberation, we tried that. We took down the tent in a very efficient, hasty way, in a way that we could not remake the tent if we wanted to. So we did that. We cut some important cords or straps just to make it easier to take down. We began walking around, and within 3 minutes, we'd lost the trail. We couldn't get back to our original spot. We were just lost. In a snap-second decision, I said, we're taking out a tarp. We're putting it above these 4 trees. We're laying down tarps on the ground, and we're sleeping here because we're already soaked. We're not finding the trail. We're not getting back to the car. It's impossible. It was silly for me to even think that it was an idea worth entertaining. That's where we left off, and that night was hell. That night was hell. It was a 4x4, a 5x5 foot area that was covered, mostly kept dry. But we were just curled up in the fetal position the entire night. If we were not in the fetal position, controlling our breath very intentionally, we were shivering. We were very cold. I'll put the exact temperature that night on screen. But we were soaked at that temperature. And so if we did not conserve our body heat, we were very cold. And I was quite worried for a while there, but once it got to the coldest it was going to be, and I was still doing all right if I was in a certain position, I knew that we would make it through the night without any major issues. But yeah, tossing and turning. I got bug bites on my arm. A bird landed on me while I was sleeping. I do think I got maybe an hour and a half of sleep. And by sleep, I mean I'm going in and out of a dream state, some sleep. It did help speed the time up a little bit. But we got in that position at around 10:45, and the sun started coming up at around 5:45. So, that's 7 hours. That's 7 hours of soaking wet in the fetal position under this small tarp while it's pouring rain. At around 2 a.m., it did start to rain quite a bit less, and it did stop, but it was bad. When morning came, we walked to a group of campers that was nearby, and we were chatting with them, and we figured out that the trail we wanted to take back to the car, you had to cross a river. So even if we knew where we were going, which we didn't, we would have had to cross a river while it was pouring rain in order to make it back to the car. It was a really retarded idea. And it was like one of the biggest, I think it's one of the biggest blunders you can make, is like take down your tent while it's raining in the dark. Like, it's hard to think of something more stupid than that. But that's what we did. By this point, the river that the day prior was strong, but nothing crazy, was now 3 to 4 feet of a very strong current. And so we can't cross that. That's how we were going to make it back to the car within a few hours. We were going to cross that river and then take a shortcut back to the car. But we couldn't do that. And so what we had to do was go back up the way we came initially, but take a cut across. And that did require us to still cross a river, the same river, but at a different point. And that was just about to my waist. And so we got in the river, we crossed it. I had my DJI mic and my car keys in my pocket when I crossed. I didn't even cross my mind. And so that DJI, which did have audio recordings on it, is now toast. My car key fob doesn't work. I'm very lucky that the car keys did not just get swept out of my pocket in hindsight. The big issue from getting that wet is, one, our feet had been completely soaked all night and the entire hike today and the entire hike the day prior. So our feet were in bad condition. But now I was wearing jeans the whole time. And so as I'm walking with these soaked jeans, the inside of my thighs start getting a pretty painful rash that I would have to hike with for a number of hours. And that is still the thing I'm getting the most pain from. So we hike back, we cross this river, and we eventually get back to the main sign. And this is how many miles of hiking it was. By the time we get back to the main sign, we're pretty tired. We're not in our best mindset. We're not in our sharpest state. And so I just asked Nate, which way is south? And I was like, oh, it's that way. And I'm like, yeah, it's that way. And so we go on this path that we assume is the path back to our cars. We thought we were almost home free. We hiked this incorrect path for, I think it's about 2.5 miles, 2 miles, you can check. But we went down all the way. We took a branch off because that was the more south direction. The other way went east. So we're like, oh, we got to go south. So we went south. And we're like, no, this isn't it. Went back up, then went east quite a bit, and then had to come back, go all the way back up. We talked to this Iranian camper who told us, that the mistake we made, which was that we went on the southeast trail instead of the southwest trail. So we hiked all the way back up to the sign and then took the correct trail out. Now, we did that, and my knees were hurting. My left knee, especially, we had to take multiple breaks so I could let my knee rest. Our feet were hurting horribly because we were in the fetal position all night. That's no fun. Both of our phones were dead. My phone was dead because I was recording videos the whole day. It was too wet to charge. I couldn't charge my phone because it was too wet. Nate's phone, I think, was in the same situation and his had died. So by the time we get back to the car, we're soaking wet still, tired as hell. Both of our phones are dead. I can't get my phone to charge at all. And so I'm really worried about how I'm going to get home. Nate manages to get his phone charged. And so I say, all right, well, I can't have my phone charged. And I bought a book of like all the state routes of America, like a map book. And I forgot it here. So I tell Nate, punch in my address. I'm going to write down every single direction that I need to take to get home. I started doing that. And he says, well, no, just find the nearest Walmart, buy a GPS at the Walmart. And so I look up the nearest Walmart. It's an hour and a half north. They do have GPSs. And so I write down every single direction to get back home. And I drive there. I get lost once, but I find my way back. I get there. I buy a change of clothes, the clothes I'm wearing now. I buy a bunch of Rice Krispie treats, a Red Bull, and a GPS. And I get home with that. But when I tell you this was probably the worst night circumstantially, or like in terms of the environment of my life, I can say that so easily. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was repeating to myself the entire night, just like a good night goes by, just like a good night, 8 hours goes by, this too will pass. Just calm down. Just wait, just be patient. And it did pass, but it was horrible. There were a lot of things that we got lucky with. My car keys, like I said, we did get the fire started time period before. It didn't get super cold. We were able to get our tent set up. Luckily, we didn't cut any of the tarps while we were taking down the tent. I didn't say this earlier, but in the incorrect direction that we went, we had to cross like 5 streams that were up to our knees. So we were just soaked the entire time. Yeah, honestly, like, things could have been way worse. They could have been infinitely better, but they could have been way worse. So yeah, we just did not feel like recording anything. I didn't want to get my camera wet. I didn't want to take it out. I just wanted to go. We just wanted to get home. This was our original route that we wanted to go. We wanted to see, I think it's like the Breathe the Mountain. We wanted to go down and see that. But after that night of sleep, we said, fuck that. We're not crossing that river, and we're not walking all that way after this night of sleep. Now, I'll have to do the math, but I think we did end up walking
a similar distance because of all the mistakes that we made. We are both very inexperienced, totally unprepared. Oh, and this is a tough environment. This is like hardcore hiking. The trails are tough. The weather is unpredictable. In this case, it was a lot of rain. With all that being said, we're very lucky that Nate got his phone working, which got him out of there and ended up getting me out of there. We parked in a spot that we weren't allowed to, so we were always worried that our car was going to be towed. Luckily, it wasn't. None of us got hurt. I don't think any of us got like any sort of sickness or anything. Really nice learning experience. Well, it was a really learning experience. I won't say it was really nice. It was just a really learning experience. It was something special. You're watching all these videos of me the day, on Saturday, the day before, and I'm having a great time. Oh, this is amazing. Little did I know, in 12 hours, I'd be in hell. This might be the conclusion of my me and Nate and I hiking. This might be the final trilogy, the final episode. And it was definitely a banger. It was the craziest, riskiest thing that we've done so far. And I'd like to keep it that way. Yeah, that's all.
What's it take to call your brother? Just to say you miss him and you wish you could spend time. What's so serious that you can't just pick up the phone? Let him know you love him and that he's been on your mind. Tell him that you need your brother. Ask him how he's doing and say you've been doing fine. If there comes a point where you just don't know what to say, while you still have him on the line, just say, we'll be brothers forever. What happens to one of us happens to us together. And we'll be brothers forever. We'll be brothers forever. We'll be brothers forever.